you for following along. I'm wondering where you are in the
Good
world.
night. Yeah.
This is nearly over anyway. That we've got
Yeah, I think we have like
12
10
minutes
minutes
to
left,
go.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
I love
My
receipts.
God, we love receipts. It's so important. Especially these days, like people just believe at face
Yeah.
value. People could just like invent whatever they want, and it's like solely true. And I see it all over the place.
Oh, this is very boring. Let's just talk about something else whilst this is going on and keep an eye on
Yeah, we were just rehashing what happened with Matt, and he said the same thing to like
to two women.
I
So
don't
he
know.
did. So basically, somebody gave the same talk to two women, and turns out it's kind of right. He talks the same way to two different people, and
Yeah,
it's not an amazing move, but also you're getting to know several people at the same time, and and feel
yeah,
and we love AD, but I think AD kind of just being offended. Like she was also entertaining something with Clay at the same exact time.
yeah. But they're also literally in a bubble. Like that pod is like a bubble where you sort of forget what happens outside of
Yeah,
it or with other people. So you're so caught up in that moment where it's like, oh, I don't
and
know.
also I think what I tell people is you want to be vulnerable, and that's such a
Yeah,
complicated notion. But you want to, if you want people to get to know you, and you want to get to know people, you have to
yeah.
completely open up. And I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm not defending Matthew because he's got his very
Yeah,
unnerving character traits, well, according to the edits
yeah,
anyway. But he threw himself in it.
yeah,
He opened up and was very honest about his emotions, and I don't think it came from a manipulative way. I think he was trying to be honest and just
yeah.
misguided.
I think he also just isn't used to this whole thing. I think he's
Yeah.
was found himself in the deep end, out of his element, and it was just way too much for him.
And I think also even though we love AD, I
Hmm.
think you're not entitled to what people say about themselves.
Yeah,
Who are you to say, oh,
yeah,
you should only say these things to me and things like that? I think even JT and I have been over for over a year now, and we're just and we're talking about the concept of cheating and things like that,
yeah,
and I was saying emotional cheating and things like that, and but you are not entitled to what your partner says to other people, and there's if this person is being very intimate with
Ooh,
other people, what?
AD went out on a few dates with Matthew. Poor Clay having to sit there watching her talk about
Yeah,
her
it's so
date
uncomfortable.
with
And
Matt.
so I'm so disappointed. Like, it's
Okay, but
good
at
that
least it
she
fizzled out.
gave a second chance to Matthew. Why isn't she
Yeah,
giving a second chance to Clay?
that's a very good question. Very good question. I think it's good she went back to double check herself and make sure that she didn't make a mistake or whatever. If she
Yeah.
felt the need to, cross her T's and dot her I's. But like, what about Clay? Clay,
Clay has been so
oh,
straight and just
yeah,
regular the whole time.
yeah, yeah. Oh, gotta love him. I love the way he responds. I love the way he's like always so calm. He's not like,
Yeah.
accepting and allowing her to have her thing and without getting all dramatic and jealous.
Yeah. Yeah, you're allowed to have your feelings. You are allowed to have your feelings about how other people behave, especially if
Yeah.
you are kind of involved. You're completely
Yeah.
allowed, but also accept that you're not the center of the world, and don't be
And they're allowed to
dramatic.
have their feelings.
And they're allowed
And
to have
yeah.
their feelings, and it's just, it's complicated, it's messy. These are the reasons why I don't really understand polyamory. For
Yeah.
having, I
Oh
know
God, I
somebody
can't. I
who's
can't. Yeah.
yeah, I know a couple of people, especially one woman who's very strong in my heart, who's polyamorous and has several
Yeah.
relationships at the same time. And I can't really say that I've tested it out, but I've thought about it and kind of dated guys
There's
who
time
were
for that.
polyamorous. But it's just so complicated dealing with
It is.
everybody's emotions, and not getting
Yeah.
offended and things like that. And it's just, you know,
but again, who has time for that? Like, who has time and energy for that? I barely have time and energy for one relationship. Like, so more
exactly.
than that. It seems just like, I think
I
it's
mean,
just a trend these days of people just
yeah,
needing to
non-committal.
consume as much as they can and not
Yeah.
being able to settle for one thing. And there's so
Yeah,
much in the world that you want to experience everything.
I agree. I agree. The whole, non-committal and over-consuming
Yeah.
society.
Have your cake and eat it too, or something like
Yeah,
that, wasn't it?
exactly. Which I don't really understand, but I think that's the expression. But with
Yeah.
cake, you want to have cake and eat it too. I mean,
Yeah. No, but
weird.
yeah. In Hebrew, we say like eat the cake and keep it whole.
Oh, that's what it means. Oh, like
Yeah.
have it, but eat it at the same time. I said this
And then, yeah.
in a previous episode. In French, it's le beurre, l'argent du beurre,
Mm-hmm.
et le cul de la crémière. The butter, the money from the butter, and
And yeah.
the woman's ass. And JT's heard the expression.
Hi, JT.
He hasn't been reacting to a lot, but that he heard.
Selective hearing.
Exactly, selective hearing. What's Mrs.
Oh yes,
Creepin?
yeah. Isn't polyamor a new way to not feel guilty shitting?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
means cheating.
It-
My
yeah.
mother's French.
Cheating. It's I think it's
Wait.
legitimizing for yourself to be able to what? What happened?
Oh, Izzy and Nika are going to be on the next season of Perfect Match. I thought they were going to announce that they were dating.
Oh,
So,
boring.
my mum says, "Isn't polyamory a new way of not feeling cheating?" And Kami is responding with, "Lovely to find this open window for discussion." Yeah, thanks for joining.
Yeah.
This is somebody I told you about. We wanted to have on the podcast, and it kind of is not working
Yeah.
out. But I mean to message you about being a guest on our podcast, Pop Culture Cupid. But Mum, if you want to be a guest as well, we're gonna speak English
Yeah,
though.
your mum sounds pretty cool.
She's got an amazing little
Insightful.
French accent.
Oh, we love it.
She's got great grammar, but a nice French accent, which I think a lot of people enjoy.
I love the French accent.
Yeah, it's a guilty about not cheating. I think for people who are truly polyamorous, I think it's just they've got a way of dealing with it that's completely alien to me. And Mama, I know you. I think you know who we're talking about because she knows the woman. And I guess this woman is also kind of hiding the fact that she cheats sometimes. And I agree, it's a complicated subject. I think there are people who are truly polyamorous, and I think that there are people who are just using it as an excuse to be non-committal and just like, oh, but I told you.
With this generation of you have everything at the palm of your hand. There's so much information and stimulation, and it's just
his name is Andreas. Sorry, Kumiori 3. I was just like, his name isn't Kami, it's Andreas. Sorry.
Oh, hi Andreas. Thank you for joining us. We like having open discussions. I think it's so important as well that I wish more people had open discussions about things.
Yeah, he and I had an amazing chat about planets and how it kind of chaos and everything. It was great. And I think we want to have this type of conversation on the podcast of just making parallels and just talking about how the environment impacts us. So the episode of Love is Blind is ending, and I think so is our live. It's been going on for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Oh my God, we've been on for a very long time, haven't we?
Longest podcast ever. I think we're going to give it a good edit though, because of a lot of kind of blank spots. So Perfect Match. I don't know that we'll be talking about Perfect Match because it was. I mean, I think I'll watch it and then we can see. What we feel, but we're not going to be reacting as much. I think Love is Blind is a great way of kind of questioning what we think and looking at things like that, because we've had great conversations about cheating and opening up and being honest with yourself and honest with other people and self-awareness, which is our new jingle. Self-awareness. Self-awareness I think is the sexiest trait.
Wait, I don't get it. Are Jimmy and Chelsea still together?
I don't know, it didn't come up.
I think we missed.
Did it? Well, uninteresting.
I don't know.
So yeah,
I
think
don't know.
So thanks to
That's
Ellie,
very
we've had a bunch of people kind of logging on and off. Thank
yeah,
you for watching, guys. I think that my mum and Andreas are the last two on, but we've had a few
yeah,
people interacting, which is great. We really appreciate it.
yeah, we do. It's really fun. It's nice having
It
conversations like
is.
this, and hopefully we'll be able to do it more.
Yeah, you guys can follow the Pop Culture Cupid podcast page on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube.
Yeah. Apparently we
Um,
need more followers to be able to go live on Pop Culture Cupid.
yeah, exactly. We need to do that, and then I think we'll go live on YouTube when we are together, and we'll figure it out for Pop Culture Cupid. But we're happy to
Yeah.
have um this kind of works out having a live podcast recording.
Yeah. Yeah. I think once we're able to do it on YouTube, it will be easier because on
Yeah.
YouTube it gives you the ability to join with Zoom and things like that. But yeah.
Mum
Anyway.
says it is a proper step back into middle age being polyamorous, times when it was normal to have multiple lovers.
Yeah. Well, in some cultures and religions, it's still popular,
My
apparently.
voice sounds strange. Maybe my mic is going off, and also I've got a bit of a
No.
cold.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, thanks
thanks
everyone
for
for joining
following.
us.
We will
Yes.
log off Instagram right now. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, we will.
And bye everyone.
Yeah. Bye bye.